Hello students, this video is for class 9, subject Environmental Education, chapter 9, topic Reuse and Recycling. I hope everyone is ready with your textbook and pencil. I want all of you to underline the important points. Let us see what is reuse and recycling. Reuse is the use of already used articles again and again, which means reuse is when a product is used again in the same form and for the same purpose. Alright? It is one of the best way to stop waste, and there are tons of opportunities for us to put it into practice in our everyday life. For example, a plastic container in which we buy various food items like sweets, pickle, or tea leaves, we can reuse them for storing some other things in our kitchen. What is recycling? Recycling means to use the scrap or broken articles as the raw material to obtain the finished material again. Means it is the process of converting waste materials into new materials and objects. Some of the examples of recycling are recycling of paper, recycling of metals, etc. Recycling has the advantage of saving on the natural sources and to obtain the commodity at a cheaper price. Let us see one by one. Recycling of paper. Paper is obtained from the wood of certain trees like saveda trees. The consumption of paper is increasing each year. And if we make the whole of the paper from the trees only, then just imagine how many thousands or lakhs of trees will be destroyed to meet our paper demand. Think. So what we can do is, we can recycle the used paper, right? And because used paper is converted into paper pulp, which is used to make the paper. And countries like India, which have small forest reserves compared to the population, definitely require recycling of paper. Alright? So instead of cutting paper into pieces and mixing it with organic waste, we should supply the maximum of it to the scrap dealers so that the maximum recycling of paper can be done and there is minimum loss to the forest. Recycling of glass. Glass bottles are used in the packaging of cold drinks, beverages, jams, and pickles. After using the stuff, we should supply the empty bottles to the scrap dealers. Sometimes these bottles are used as such in refilling the stuff after cleaning them properly. Alright? Broken glass is used as a raw material for making fresh glass, and glass is a mixture of silica and alumina, which are minerals. Since the stock of minerals under the earth is very limited, we must save on them. Okay, so broken glass is simply melted, cleaned, and given the shape of bottles or other other articles as required. Recycling of metals. Iron is used in the construction of house, in making containers, drums, buckets, and other articles. Like other minerals, iron ores are also limited. The consumption is fast increasing in the changing socio-economic conditions of the society. Cars buses, trucks, two-wheelers, refrigerators, and washing machine, etc. They all require iron metal for their manufacture, isn't it? So in such a scenario, it is necessary to recycle iron. Okay, even smallest pieces of iron metals should be preserved and given to scrap dealer. All right. Some drinks and beverages are packed in aluminum cans. The empty cans can be recycled to obtain fresh aluminum. We can use lead from dead batteries to obtain fresh lead. The recycled lead can be used to make more batteries. Search for alternatives. When we find that the present resources are limited and short supply, we tend to find an alternative to those resources, isn't it? And as we cannot increase our fossil fuel reserves, that is coal and petroleum, there is no way but to discover alternative sources of energy. Few important alternatives to replace our fast depleting traditional natural resources are as follows. Number 1, promotion of renewable sources like solar, wind, water, geothermal, tidal, and nuclear power. Point 2, the use of eco-friendly technologies like hybrid cars, fuel cells, improved chulas, etc. Point 3, soil can be conserved by mixing farming and crop rotation by replacing mono agriculture. Point 4, biopesticides should be used as alternatives to synthetic pesticides. Also, there is a need to change our traditional methods of life. Okay, food in rural areas they use uh, they use wood or coal while cooking in julas. Cooking is not a continuous process. Alright, there are breaks in between, but the jula cannot be extinguished when not in use. Thus, there is a wasteful expenditure of the fuel. So, if we use LPG gas for cooking, we can save on the cost of fuel and also we can ensure pollution-free environment.